going to start our meeting and I'll call the meeting to order. Do the Pledge of Allegiance. You did the honors last time, so I'm going to ask Paul to do it this time, Chad.
All right. Please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Roll call, Mr. Howell.
Here.
Mr. Sigmund. Here. And I'm here. Let's move right on into any communications. We have something about a chamber event coming up.
We do. Under communications, there you have, this is kind of a partnership between Harrison County, Marion County. So they have what's called North Central West Virginia Business Summit, Bridges Without Borders. We went to this in the
You went
past.
last year.
Yes, we went to this in the past. Last year it was at the Bridgeport Conference Center.
Yeah.
This time it's in Fairmont. Okay. And this is October the 16th at 8 a.m. The registration is $100. That includes your registration and your meal for the day. I plan on going, and I want to know to any of the board so I can make your reservations.
Probably that time of day. Count me in.
Okay, that's Thursday, October the 16th.
It's an all-day
It's from,
thing.
yes, from 8 to 4.
It's 10. It's what goes in the early morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'll call you tonight. I probably messed up on the
Yeah.
calendar.
It's really interesting. They have
Everything's on my calendar at home.
economic development, what's going on in the area, what's coming out of it. Oh, it's been really. Okay, anything
Okay.
else?
That is the only thing under communications, and there's no public wishing to address the board of directors, so we can move on.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the, let me get this thing here. I got this new mouse because I keep screwing up with the screen. So it's working. The next thing will be the reading of the minutes and the approval. What's your pleasure, guys?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes as presented. Second.
That's for the September 24th meeting. Okay, any discussion on the minutes? We read through them. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's move right to our financial items.
Yes, first thing is the monthly chemical cost reports for the month ending September 30th, 2025. Mr. Davis is sick today, so on his behalf, we'll present the monthly chemical cost for September. Looks like we have, since the beginning of the fiscal year, this is actually our lowest month. We're at $60,505.83. I believe everything, as he discussed before, the excess pumping that he had there the month of August, I think we're rebounding. We're back down to normal production. So that's why the big drop in chemical cost. So that is your total for September, $60,505.83. Is there any questions?
I looked at them last night. Do you have any questions?
No.
I want to ask you something. I bought a camera. I saw it from some kind of maybe a security camera or something. Can't remember what it was, Tolly Electric maybe or someplace.
Probably to replace one of our ones out here that's malfunctioning.
I just wondered
Probably
where
just
it
one
was.
camera.
Okay.
Yep.
Saw that. I can't think of anything else. I saw, when I looked at our power bill and I kept looking at all the segments going through it. And I kept thinking, well, where's the treatment plant? I mean, because it had to be
It's by
significant.
itself.
But when I look at on the left, it's in the list, but it has the column out to the left says Ohio Avenue. Then the description is treatment plant and so on under the description. I couldn't figure what Ohio Avenue was. I didn't know if we had something over there.
That's a tank, probably for a tank.
Pump station.
Oh, this is a huge.
Or pump, no, the pump is a pump station.
This
The
is
Ohio
a-
Avenue
this is-
pump station. That's not a
Okay.
park pump station.
Is that what it was? It's pretty significant. I was surprised. Okay. That's all I had.
Yeah, it's
Anything
50
else?
grand for this building.
Okay.
It's 50,000.
Oh, I know, it's big here.
Yeah.
All right, guys, how about a motion to approve the financial?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and duly seconded. Any further questions? You have any comment to make or anything? Jake? Okay. All in favor, ready to vote, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries.
Okay, that was for the chemical cost, right?
Yep.
Okay. So what you voted on was for the monthly chemical cost report from Bob. Okay.
Right.
So the financial items were under vendor history reports. You've got it for month and year to date ending. Any questions for Jason? Do you have anything to present?
I just talked about the stuff under that item. I jumped
Yeah,
out of the
and
chemicals
then
into that.
also too, is this is the month that I believe we paid for the the filters. Who we buy those? We bought those.
Clorox.
Yeah, Clorox.
Yeah, the
And
Brita filters.
yes, and they were part of last year's budget, but we didn't get the invoice and stuff until this year's budget, so we're gonna have to make an adjustment for that coming out last year's
Now,
budget.
explain that to me a little bit there, Mr. Manager. We still have to do this because
We are required to provide that, when we replace the lead service line.
as we're doing this project with the filters, we have some extra pictures, but okay.
Correct.
Until that's all done and then we can get out of doing that.
Yeah.
But while the project's underway, we still need to do that. Okay, all right.
That was the big thing, it's in this month, and then of course, you had a few things there, but yeah.
We handed out those pictures.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we're ready to vote on, how about?
Yeah, I'll make a motion, to approve the financial.
I'll second the motion.
It's been moved in second. Paul, Chad, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now we go to the Baker truck thing.
Yes, the Baker truck equipment quote, and Bob's here, Bobby is back there, if you have any questions. He's been working with Bob Davis on this. This is a utility bed that's gonna go on the 2020 Ford F-250 that is used here at the plant. That was I hate to say hand-me-down, but that was a vehicle that was used by the distribution director prior to Bobby Fazzini. And it doesn't have the proper bed on the back of it, really, for us to utilize. They've done their best utilizing it by putting some toolboxes on the side, on the bed of the truck. With us taking over a short line in Summit Park, if they don't have a tool in the truck, they got to drive clear back here to get it.
It's a capacity thing, right?
He wants to put all his tools on that truck so he knows they're there and they're available no matter what job he pulls up to. So he'll be able to organize them with this utility bed.
Mhm.
He's trying to utilize that truck the way it was. It's just not feasible, especially since we're growing and we're taking up some systems and stuff. He needs to have all those tools on the truck.
I thought we already moved forward on this.
This is for you to ratify.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of it.
I second that.
I moved to second. So all it is, explain it because people who are listening, we have a
And that's
truck.
for-
It's not an old truck. It's a truck that we bought, 4 or 5 years ago.
It's
It's a
2020
It's a capacity problem.
and it's only got 40,000 miles on it.
We
The truck we're
don't
running-
have the space for
Don't have it for a
tools.
while.
That's all. And the other thing we want to add to it, we're going to sell the existing,
Correct. This is
want to add that into.
Thank God. That would go.
So that'll help mitigate some of that increase.
correct.
Okay, guys, that's
We know how
pretty
much
much
we
an
get from Buck
explanation.
Hills
He's got me some pictures. I just got to list them.
Yeah, he'll list it, then it'll go out to bid, and then once it goes out to bid, it's usually, it sits on there for what, 30 days?
Yes.
And then,
Go with the highest bid.
then it'll go to the highest bid. We'll put a reserve
Where's
on
that
it.
percent?
You put a reserve on it as well, so it's not going for like $100.
Yeah, that would,
But we'll put a, we'll look at some
Kelly
comparable,
book and whatever.
some comparable items and see what they're going for, and then, we'll at least start the bid, just maybe like 20% underneath that or
Okay.
something.
Okay. All right, we've all kind of talked a little bit about this, except my partner here is kind of quiet today.
I made the motion to approve.
I second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, guys. All right.
Sound like you talk to your radio, your
Yeah.
voice is down.
Yeah, I had an allergy. I was fooling around in the garden, pulling plants and putting things away for the winter.
Yeah.
And I said I should, that's the mask on, I forgot. Breathing all that in through my allergies out of whack. But I've got a nice deep voice.
To radio.
I want to go back on the radio.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds just like it.
Gotcha,
Easy
buddy.
case of.
All right, let's move on to the next general manager's item.
Sure. This is the water system improvements project. We're talking about phase 3A and 3B. So we're talking about with phase 3A. I'll turn it over to Bobby Tent.
Northview Bear Contracting, they have just about finished the main line up 16th and 18th Streets. That'll finish the main line on that side of town. They'll drop back and start doing services. They've already started to finish the services up on West Virginia Avenue so we can get it patched. Their plan is, once they do that, they'll just follow that main line that they've done and asphalt trenches behind them. They told us the other day that they plan on starting to pave streets in November. So hopefully that happens.
When you say paving, we're talking.
Paving, milling and paving, not just
You're
paving
milling
trench.
curb to curb.
Curb to curb, milling and paving, yes. So
Good
they're
deal.
hoping to start that in November on that side of Northview, from 12th to 18th.
Yeah, because then we get out in these residential neighborhoods, we're able to, as a complete sections paved.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Pike and Main's a little different,
Pike
because
Main's
that's
different.
Department of Highways.
Yes.
Okay.
Contract 2 is Doss there in Staley. It's kind of the same thing with them. They're finishing up Heartland side of Belford Street. Main line is done on that side. Services are still being put in. They are paving their trenches. They've told us they're also going to start paving curb to curb, 1st of November. They've moved across, up Waverly Way, up on Temple Terrace. They kind of went to the end of the dead end. They're going to work their way out.
They're gonna go up the side streets like John and all those streets.
If we have a line up that way, they will. Yeah, there's 3 dead end streets. They're going to go to
Yeah.
those and come all the way out to
Those are the ones I
Waverly.
was talking about. the
Yeah.
dead end.
You know, I don't think there's a bit of a replacer, just time in.
Just tying them in.
Okay,
So,
well, they're probably not service, lead service lines. It's
No, that's the newer.
It's a fairly
section.
newer
Yeah.
neighborhood.
it is. And then contract 3 is here, Chestnut Hills, Kramer Drive. They've completed their asphalt trench repairs on Kramer. We're still waiting on the insertion valve to be scheduled.
October 21st is what I heard yesterday.
October 21, all
Does DNN know that? No. I'll let you know that.
right.
So because we still have 3 tie-ins to do up there, once we get that insertion valve done, then they can finish up their paving and
They'll
they'll be
pave it then.
They'll be done. They have, Kramer Drive's in good shape right now. Hayes is still under patch, but the trench has been repaved on Kramer. Contract 4 is the downtown work. They just have a few services left to do on Main Street near Davis Weaver Funeral Home. They have started concrete sidewalk repairs on the Pike Street side. They were down to almost Oak Street today from Menards. So they went from Menards almost all the way to Oak doing sidewalk repairs. They're just gonna continue on down to Monticello, come across Monticello and all the way Main back to Hardy's intersection doing concrete repairs. They're doing the same thing. The majority of their trenches have already been repaired back to the states.
Okay.
And of course, the letting was yesterday for that project and it got deferred till the 21st. So it hasn't went out to bid yet.
Good deal.
Got some lines on, we're gonna start working on the west end of town, hopefully within a few weeks.
Now you're gonna start down towards Wendy's and work your way back towards town? or-
That's the plan. We got a little bit of work on Chestnut we need to do to allow the storm and sewer to get put in. We're trying to move some stuff around so they can get their stuff underneath of us and then we'll come back in with the new line on top. As soon as the gas company gets their line charged up and tie-ins made down by Wendy's, then we'll come behind them get in behind them with the water.
Is gas company working in any of the neighborhoods? Because they were down in Heartland, all the way up Hartsville.
They are only on Main and Pike and some side streets. Second, they're up on Harrison today, they're South Park, they're just doing tie-ins, and they're doing residential services too.
Once they get into residential neighborhoods, are they gonna help us pay the paving?
I don't know what sections they're going to, I know in Northview they have a project, and Steve's been working with them on. They hit a couple streets that we hit in Northview, not all of them, they have a section that we're not on, but they have one that we are.
But anything we're on and they're on, they ought to be sharing some of the costs of the paving.
Steve.
I'm sorry,
Brought that up at the last meeting we had with them.
'cause that's really not fair.
We have a meeting every 2 weeks.
Oh, good, okay. So
With the
that's-
city.
I know you coordinate all
Yeah,
this.
with the city manager and Jason Lane and the gas company and us and the sanitary board, we're all there.
Any questions?
I have everything from Jason Lane about the 200,000.
I have not. We need to follow up with him on that. Jason Lane on the paving.
Bobby, you look.
I'm looking at you. We need to follow up with him.
You'll see him Thursday.
That's right, tomorrow.
He'll be there. I've asked him to stay for all the meetings on Thursday.
Is he gonna be there for all of them? Okay.
Okay, Bobby,
I know
thanks,
you're
always a
done.
good report.
We're done with
I want to compliment you
But I
too,
wanna see what we
keeping
can do.
everybody up to date.
Yeah.
I mean, in the news, in also social media and so on. And I'm hoping we're doing personal contact as well. Sharing
Oh,
those
yeah.
neighborhood. That's the key. Okay,
Plenty of person.
Lucky you.
all righty. Anything else? All right, thank you, Bobby. Let's
All right.
move on from 3A,
All right.
whatever.
We're going to 3B, and we've got Steve here, but give us the update in Doug's absence.
And so
Yeah, so-
people know, again, I kind of narrate this stuff. I used to be a radio TV guy. People watching 3B is the rest of the city.
Right, that's the
Okay.
second phase.
Oh,
That's the rest of it.
So we're continuing to gather the existing field information. It's a tremendous undertaking to get all the existing utilities and everything on mapping. We had a meeting earlier this week, and it looks like we're gonna start in the Adamston area. And so we're 3A, we kind of sit down with the entire project, and sit down with Bobby. We'd spend an entire day in here going over this. Bobby, Jason, Dave, all those guys. So we're gonna do Adamston, we're gonna do Liberty Edition, Edgewood. So we kind of, as we get these small areas done, we'll come down, we'll do a page turn. Everybody can have the opportunity to review these small sections at a section at a time. So maybe 10 or 12 pages, not 50 pages.
So we're going to try to put Adamson in that western vicinity,
Yes,
get that done, coming back towards town.
yes.
How about Point Comfort as you cross the bridge down there?
That, I think, is gonna go with the Adamston side.
Yeah, because that'll take us down to Wendy's.
Yes.
In other words, you'd be finished from Wendy's, coming west, heading towards Adamston in that way.
Right.
Oh, it sounds good.
So it looks like we're gonna have a smaller contract with Edgewood, Liberty Edition, Adamson, Point Comfort. That's kind of like one area. And then basically have the downtown area up above Washington Avenue, all the way to the top of the hill. That's
Yeah.
where a bulk of the replacements are, which, accelerates the
You
cost.
got Chestnut, you got Broad, I got right here, all this area down through here.
And so then the other contract's gonna be the Broad Oaks, Broadway.
Golf Plaza.
Yes,
Arbutus Park,
How about in Broadway that way?
that'll be in
that's Barato's.
all of that
And then
area.
the last one would be, I guess, what would you say, Paul? Across the railroad tracks up Menards and all that back in over Kelly Hill and all that area.
That isn't one of those contracts. I can't remember.
But it'll be done because we have Glen Elk 1 and 2 and
Yeah.
working our way around. So we'll get it all done.
Look at another couple contracts.
Sure.
We've got a lot of river crossings. That'll probably be a contract of their own. And then meter replacement contract will be standalone contract as well.
Wow. So we've got kind of a feel for where we're going.
Yes.
Good deal.
Everywhere.
So five contracts we're gonna bid.
Tentatively 5. Yes.
And you're in design and all that right now, gathering information, what you're doing now,
That's correct.
identifying what the project will be. And then they'll go out to bids, right?
So we've met we met several times before we submitted the preliminary engineering report. We identified kind of like the scope, hey, where's the troublesome lines? So we've got all of that on paper. And now we're in the process of getting all the mapping and everything. As soon as all the mapping and everything is ready, we'll start knocking out, these different communities or residential areas, if you will, and put in all those and get a set of plans ready for those.
Yeah. Can I ask a question that probably should be asked? Since we're taking over Summit Park as direct customers, right? What happens there with this lead line replacement?
I don't believe they have any lead lines, from my understanding, when talking to the manager over there. I think they're good,
Okay.
because they're a newer
We better
system.
check your inventory.
Well, I don't know, it's a pretty old section of town going up. in
It's a
Paul.
question for pricing, but I think we're obliged to comply with the order, and the order does include some part.
Okay. It's a lot of older homes that used to be the Still Meal years ago. I mean.
But they're still
it's-
covered under
it's
the
old.
lead and copper roll, so we still have to get them out.
And you,
Yes, sir.
Who
But not as part of this. Mr.
who
Right.
provides the
But not
water?
as soon as ours.
Who provides the water to the automobile dealers on Route 50?
That is half Bridgeport, half Summit Park. Depends on what side of the road you're on. That's just the way it is up through there. I think Harry Green's would be, that's short line, or Summit Parks.
For Summit Parks.
You get up at Parquette, I think Parquette is Bridgeport. It's weird.
But it's more up at that, you just think it's up at that end, the lower part.
yeah, it's both sides of the lower, definitely in Summit Park.
Okay. Well, we're kind of like feeling our way forward and asking questions, but it's.
Yeah,
looking at the
but
big
no,
picture.
we still have to comply with the lead and copper roll, and they would have to be removed. Yeah.
Yes, gotcha.
if there's any in there.
Okay, guys, any got further discussion on 3B? Anything,
Is there any change?
anything else you want to add to it?
Yes.
That's not the 3B now.
Okay,
All right, moving on to the actionable items here, we have, payment request number 11 this is for 3A.
Mhm.
And, got Todd here that's going to present it. So Todd, you have the floor.
Great. We had activity on off-board contracts again, and then we just had an invoice from Thrasher. Those were the only invoices we had, and the total requisition is $1,490,935.13.
I'll make a motion to approve the payment.
okay.
I second that.
Then in the amount, and this is something we have to do and take care of that, draw down on it. All right, we're ready to vote on this? With motion on the floor, it's been duly seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
All right, that takes care of Todd. Moving on to the change orders for phase 3A. You've got Steve Haynes here. And he's going to go over, I believe he's got 2 change orders he's going to submit to you all today for consideration. So,
Do, so we'll do contract 1 first.
Now, contract 1, what is this?
So contract 1, that's the Northview
Okay,
contract.
Northview, okay,
with our
Northview contract.
contracting. And this is a, kind of a change order from a bunch of things that's progressed along the way. And, I'm happy to let you know it's a decrease of $59,525.24.
Shucks, you mean we're gonna save money?
So
For now.
I'm gonna wash it out in a little bit. Give me
yeah,
till the next
wait
one.
for the next change order.
No, so as this job started, we had zinc coating, was in the spec for this project. And with conversations with contractors prior to, we negotiated a credit for the zinc coat. So that's what the savings is generated for. You know, as we investigated this, we said, look, we don't have a lot of deterioration on the ductile iron pipe that they've had in the ground. It's more the bolts than the pipe itself. So we eliminated the zinc coating. We also, we had curb stops allocated or anywhere where we found a galvanized line on the customer side. We originally proposed to install a curb stop. After we discussed that, we decided that, hey, that's a brand new meter pit. There's no issue with the operation of those valves. The plumbers can get in there, shut those valves. They're going to work and operate. There's no need to spend the money there. So we've got a credit on that as well. And then the third thing is we did switch some meter pits from the original spec meter lid to the meter lid that has the recessed port where the antenna sits. So the top of the antenna is flush with the meter lid. So with all of those things added up, that's where you get the net decrease of $59,525.24.
So you're gonna have another change order after this one?
I got contract 2.
Okay, well, let's talk. Should we vote on these one at a time?
I'll make a motion to approve phase 3A change order number 1, in the amount of $59,525.24.
Okay, there's the motion.
I second that.
It's been seconded. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay, let's move to the second.
Before we move on, let's make sure that your concerns was heard with the meter in the sidewalk. We kept them there. And we kept them there because we have the recessed lids. So, and they lock. These lids lock. So the tripping hazard or the lid flipping up or anything, we eliminated that by the locking lid and the recessed. or the-
Recessed
I call it
antenna.
the hockey puck, the antenna. Set that in, so it's a flat surface now.
It's always been a problem, as it's all going scary.
So-
Okay,
So we did keep them where we could. We kept them in the sidewalk.
okay.
Okay.
All right, did we vote on that? Can't remember. Yeah, we
did.
did. We did take the vote. All right, let's go to the second item.
So the second one, again, it's a hodgepodge of different things here. This is gonna be an increase of $54,214.17. The primarily increase here is during construction, we were up on Heartland Avenue and the the water board, the field guys requested that we do replace about another 375 feet of line that wasn't scheduled for replacement on Heartland Avenue. That was a troublesome line for them. And there's about 9 meter services on that. So
Is this
all the-
above the bridge or the?
Below the
It's
bridge.
below
From the
the,
bridge to Verdun.
below the overpass.
From the bridge to Verdun.
Okay.
So we added that, we requested the contractor to do that work. Like, I said, we've got mainline replacement, non-services, the copper tubing, the trench repair, the
Sure.
overlay, and
It wasn't in the original.
yes, wasn't in the
How
original.
we missed that, just missed it some way, right? Because you got a street, how did we miss that first section?
Yeah, so we had a hodgepodge, some places we tie in, we do that a lot of areas somehow, yeah, it got missed as a troublesome line.
What's the bottom line on it again? How much?
54,000.
$54,214.17.
Say the one.
There was also some savings on that where we eliminated the curb stop, just like we did on contract one, where we find galvanized lines. So we did get a credit back there. And then the other thing was we also requested 375 recessed lids. That's the count that we have. It looks like the meters that are going to go in the sidewalk. So sums of savings, and of course the meter lids and the additional line work negates all that for a net of 54,214.17.
Well, I'll make a motion that we accept the change order and the increase of $54,214.17.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. There's, can't be too many questions. Pretty straightforward. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Okay, moving on to Snake Hollow Road Water Line Extension Project. Steve?
I have not got a response from the contractor. I texted him earlier today. Still waiting on them to get scheduled to get in here, and needed to put in about 100 feet of riprap in there to satisfy the DEP so we can basically cancel our stormwater permit. So
That's
why-
just putting in stone, is it?
Yes, putting in about 100 feet of riprap in the ditch.
So we've been talking about this, getting that done. I don't know. What's the holdup on it?
Contractor, he's basically gotta mow his machine in
Oh.
here, so he's had, originally said he had some work in the area.
So that's a mobilization thing. It has nothing, okay.
Yeah, so he's in Meadow Bridge area.
Yeah, next to Beckley.
Yeah.
So we don't actually have that change order from him either, so at the next meeting, I should have that change order
Okay.
available. The DEP gave their blessing on it.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Any questions on Snake Hollow, guys? All right. What's the next item?
Second vote.
All right, Second Street Pump Station Project.
All right, Casey Young in our office, he talked to Bob Davis, I think earlier in the week, and I think he told me the expected delivery date of the pump station is around December, Christmas time. So at any time the water board needs to start that work, we get the survey crews out, get that staked, whatever we need to do, whenever.
Are we doing the preparation like concrete, electric and all that stuff or what?
Yeah,
You guys are doing that?
we're doing, Mike Wank's doing the electric. 304 fence called me yesterday. They don't think they're up there today. They're pulling back the fence for the entrance for the electric into the site. So 304 fence had I guess when they poured that in, they put some big footers on those poles. So what they're having to do is cut them off right at the base and beat up the concrete to cover it up. Then we'll have to re-drill holes to put the stuff in. So the fence is being rolled back so they can get the electrical.
So the
feeding.
prep work, the bottom line, prep work's being
It's
done,
being
so when the
done.
equipment
As
comes
soon as
in,
they're
it'll make it a lot
done.
easier.
We're going to order the supplies, and Bobby will have a crew up there putting all the piping in and getting everything piped into the site where the pump station goes in.
Good, so there shouldn't be any holdups on that. Any questions, guys? Okay, it's information, so nothing to vote on.
Yeah.
How about the TTHN?
Yeah, you want to tell them?
Billy's on the phone,
The,
on the TV?
oh, Billy is, yeah, he just joined us there. I'm going to have Todd give you an update. He was working on some stuff while I was on vacation. Remember, we were working on adding those tanks from Shortline to utilize the remaining money left in the project. Todd and Sheena worked on that and got that stuff in, I believe, what was it, Friday week,
27th.
2 weeks ago.
So what we're doing, so people know, we're putting in equipment to aerate and to move water around and so on to help with chlorine problems that occur in hot weather.
That's
It's
correct.
turn the water over and so on. And since we're acquiring Shortline, we're going to try to add their tanks into this project under the budget we have, right? And that's what you're doing.
Right.
Yes.
So that's what people are viewing. We can talk among ourselves, but it doesn't mean anything until, if we're going to be on the tube, we ought to explain it, right?
Mhm.
All right, let's move on then.
So what we did is we got pricing to install that equipment over in the Shoreline
Great.
system. That stuff was given to Todd and Sheena, and they went through and updated the project plan for that additional money. And with that, I'll turn it over to you, and you can tell them what you did, submitted it, and what the feedback was. from
Okay,
EPA.
so we worked with Billy on getting the updated quotes on the tanks. We got the action plan updated, sent it off to Kelly O'Neill that Friday. She didn't call us back until the following Monday. But what she explained to Sheena and I was that just because we got the updated action plan to her by the end of the month, it needed to be done a month, if not 2 months prior to. So as of right now, that money is not there. So what she's saying she's doing is working on the back channel. She's hopeful, pretty hopeful that she can get us that money, but it wouldn't be until the first of next year.
Because the government's fiscal year is October. not
And now they're shut down, so I haven't heard from her since. I've heard from one person with the EPA, and that was on the first, and that's the last I heard. But I'm following up with Kelly as soon as I get back to her. I'll get you guys an update on that.
Okay. Good. Anything else on TGHN? We okay?
Yes, General Counsel's been working with Billy and his group on workers' comp,
Oh, yeah.
and some other things to tie up the contract. So you want to give us an update on that?
Well, simply that we feel the insurance program, including the workers' comp coverage, is adequate for this project. And I appreciate your work on that, Billy.
Was this some requirement of state requirements and so on you had to work? through?
No, these were our requirements.
Ours were our.
Yes, to protect the interests of the water board.
Okay. Does Billy have any?
Billy, where are we at on the bond?
We are working with our accountant now. The bond company has asked for a compilation, so we're getting that done. Hopefully last hurdle. They also asked for us to increase our credit line at the bank. So bank votes Tuesday. That's not going to be an issue. So I'm hoping by the end of next week, Jason, that we ought to have a bond in place.
All right, hey, excuse me a minute. Let's hold our conversation because it's distracting and loud. Want to repeat that, Billy, because we had some noise going on here.
Sure, no problem. We're working with our local bank to increase our line of credit per what the bonding company wants us to have. That should be approved midweek next week. And our accountant is getting a compilation over to the bond company as well, which they requested. So hopefully, I'm going to say a week from this upcoming Friday, everything should be in and we should be on our final step of getting the bond. With that said, they would go ahead and send a letter stating that we are going to get the bond, but they are backfilling the file is how they worded it. So they have to have all their ducks in a row as well.
I just want to make sure we take note here. Billy has two companies. He has Wes, which is Wiggins Engineering Services. What is it? PC. Okay, and then he's got Viking Construction Services. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
It's LLC. So he's got two companies. So he's got the engineering, he's got the construction.
Yeah.
Both are under him, both are interchangeable. So the contract is with Wes. Okay, so any invoicing is going to come through Wes. It'll be on Wes because they're the ones that got the sole source vendor.
You got
for
that
EPA.
approval, yeah.
So all invoicing is going to go through Wes, but you're going to see things that's going to say Viking. That is his company.
Mhm.
So as you all know, in business, you have to separate for many different reasons, but it's still under Billy's
So payments are gonna go to him
Control.
and it's and his internal business to transfer, or
Right.
whatever.
Really, the ownership doesn't make that much of a difference. It is that Viking is a sub of Wiggins Engineering. And I think we've got it wired up now that we're adequately protected, both with, as soon as the bond comes in.
Yeah.
Both with regard to performance and with regard to liability.
So we're dealing with Wes. The thing is the other subsidiaries or whatever, how he does it on his book systems. We're paying him.
That's right, we don't
We
care
don't
about
care about
that.
how he does it once he gets them.
Other than the fact that the Viking employees who be physically on site are all covered under the Georgia Workers' Comp program, so we're good to go.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about last minute. You were talking about this bond.
And then
Okay.
anything that's presented to EPA for reimbursement has to have Wes,
Wes.
because that's the one that's been approved through
That's their
EPA.
approval.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions, guys? Billy, anything else, Billy?
That's it. I just want to give an update on the bond.
Okay. Thank you very much and being patient. We could have probably moved you up earlier. When
Oh,
we
that's fine.
look at the agenda item, we can move these things up so they don't have to sit for a long time.
I think he enjoys, the meeting, don't you, Billy?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Way to go, Billy.
Bad liar, bad liar.
You can go on YouTube, Billy, and watch this meeting. And you can hear Billy.
If you want to live it again,
Okay. Thank you, Billy.
All right,
appreciate it,
guys.
Billy.
All right.
See ya.
Thank you. Let's move right on there.
Okay.
Roger.
Operation and maintenance agreement between Clarksburg Water Board and Shortline Public Service District. We have Mr. Zirkle on the back,
Hey, Jeff.
to give us, an update from last meeting.
The pump station has been approved and priced. It'll be made in Wisconsin. It won't be here until April. There was some discussion at the last meeting whether it be made in Ohio or Wisconsin, but it will be fabricated in Wisconsin. They're asking for a pre-approved money that they have to put down with the contractor. And I don't have any problem with that, as long as the contractor can do what he's told to do. But there's an issue with that.
This has already been awarded to a contractor, right?
Pardon me?
This has already been awarded to a contractor?
Yes.
Who is that contractor?
Green River Group.
Okay.
And he has like, what's that, 10% advance or something? Or is it a percentage? he
Yes,
has?
I think, I don't know if I wrote down the price, but I'm thinking they would like to have had like 30,000. Or pretty close to 30,000.
I didn't bring my notes from that meeting. I didn't see it.
And that's pretty standard
Yeah.
anymore. It used to be people would build stuff, without any upfront money, but a lot of people now are asking for upfront money for cost of materials. Because
They have
they've been,
cost.
well, they got cost and they've been burnt.
Yes.
Things get canceled or whatever, then they're sitting there with something that they can't sell.
Right.
The,
Have they
that
decided?
ADL training. Do you know, they were supposed to get a hold of you guys and finish that up.
ADL. What does that mean?
That's where, the interface between the computer.
Oh, SCADA,
It has to do with the.
Yeah.
so it can communicate back here. Nothing that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Bob Davis hasn't said anything to me.
And they're still having trouble. The radio read to the computer is not loading.
He's on the meters?
Yeah.
So what are they doing in order to,
Well, they're supposed to be working on it. Have you heard or seen anything on that? It's been 2 weeks.
what are they're due to read, what, next week?
We did non-payment down there this afternoon.
So they're starting to read next week. Can you follow up on that, Bob? See where we're at on that?
They said it was something to do with the computer system down there, that it shouldn't be real hard to get them up online or something.
If for some reason we can't, are you prepared to go out there and get the meters read there? We have to.
Yeah, I sent a guy down there with Jason, they read them all.
They can read them and write them down.
Yeah.
If need be.
Well, they're saying it takes them a couple, 3 days.
Yeah.
To input them into the computer. 1,200 people.
Yeah.
But here's my question, if it's a computer problem or an internet problem for being clear out there, can't we just go ahead and roll that part over up here?
We're working on,
Is that contracted out to enter all that information?
now they have to do it by hand.
Who's doing that?
They do it down
That they're doing
Who's
everything.
they?
Starlight,
The girls will-
Starlight, Charlotte.
It's gonna take them 3 days?
That's the first I heard. It shouldn't take them that long.
Yeah.
Well, they mentioned it's taking a few days when that meeting we were in.
And when
with
they
Starlin.
start this?
They start on the 15th, don't they, Bob?
I believe.
Yeah, 15th.
Okay.
They start reading on the 15th.
I mean, when they have started entering the information,
When they get those back, but they'll be getting them back every day. They can keep up with them.
right?
They don't bill until,
End of the month.
they bill at the end of the month. The bills go out around the first of the month, so they bill around, I would say around the 25th or so, anywhere from
And they
25th
print
to
them in the
28th.
office.
And because of the numbers, they only
And they go
bill,
out.
they bill once a month. What?
Bill once a month.
Yeah.
Read them on the 15th. bill
Like
them
ours is
last day of the
staggered
month.
because of the numbers we're dealing with.
Yeah, we do 4 billings.
Okay. Anything else, Jeff?
Yes, sir. That pump house upgrade for being able to do what you guys want us to do. I mentioned that a couple meetings ago. The price on that was $25,994, which I'd like for you guys to pay. Cause it was your request.
What was this upgrade again, Jason?
For the SCADA, for the pump stuff.
On, Crooked Run going up there off that pump?
Correct.
station?
Well, Howard, yeah,
Howard.
Howard.
Now, this was in prep for being able to supply water to Lumberport or
Yeah.
other
And the upgrade.
areas down the road.
Yeah, it was 2 things, upgraded the pump and put modulating valves and stuff on there so the SCADA, we can turn valves on and off here.
I mean, that's what we need.
Yeah, there's no question about it.
I mean, it ain't like you can go
We
get it back.
can't vote on that because we don't have it on the
It's just a
agenda.
matter
Well,
of keep
this is an
things-
item for discussion. We can put it on the next meeting agenda.
It was
Okay.
25 what?
25,994
Jason needs the paper.
is what I understand it to
See,
be, but
see if
check
you can
with
send me something.
Thrasher.
He'll have to have some paper
Yes,
documentation. so-
absolutely, because I could have wrote it down wrong too. I'm an old guy.
No, you're not. Okay, we'll bring this up at the next meeting so we can vote on it then. It's not, we can discuss it, but we can't vote because
No,
we're
I
spending
understand.
money.
I
Thank
just
you.
reminded you,
Thank you, Jeff.
because you're all old guys.
I
like
see,
me.
I see you smiling. When we're paying for it, he's smiling from ear to ear. Go ahead.
I liked your number last time. Yeah, I liked your number last time. Can we hold you to that number?
I think it was 8,000.
It was like $8,000.
Okay,
The, another thing. The antenna for the new pump house.
yep,
The contractor, Green River Group, will pour the concrete. They won't install the antenna. So I need to know what kind of an antenna and what kind of a base that it's gonna require. And whether you guys want to install that antenna yourself, or you want to contract that out to somebody. And the type of antenna that it is.
oh yeah, you gotta have the height, the type, there's all kinds of things involved. Yeah,
Things and
yeah,
it's where they stay.
yeah. But height,
The,
the height and everything, I mean, it's got a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
But we'll work on that, okay?
Yeah, I'd like to have that for our next meeting. Now, the pumps are correct that you asked me about. They're the pump that you specified going into that new pump house. There is a fence for that.
Yep.
New pump house. It is a 6-foot double gate and barbed wire around the top.
Right.
Good.
The old pump house is on land that doesn't belong to Shortline. It will revert back to the landowner. But I don't know, you need to decide whether there's parts or pieces in there that you want to save.
Before the demo.
Are you guys gonna demo it, have it demoed?
Not yet.
I mean, but the contractor will take care of that when you
Yeah.
choose to.
That's part of the project.
Gotcha.
Wonder why they didn't put that down as a separate item?
Pardon me?
Wonder why they didn't put that down as a separate item, bid item on that?
I don't know.
Usually they'd have bid for demo, bid item for fence.
And maybe I'm running off the mountain. But that was my understanding that they were going to demo, it, but I'll ask that question.
Well, we need to clarify it, that's all, just to make
Yeah.
sure.
Am I right, Steve? That's normally a bid item.
Yeah, and it, if that's in there, it could have just been a whole package to build the new demo, the old.
Or just say pump station, it's all inclusive.
Yes.
Right, there, close by, yeah.
It must be what it is, because there's just one price for the pump station.
Right.
Also discussed with them that the GPS coordinates that they've got on a lot of their stuff is not good, so they're supposed to be working on that. And they
Sounds like
asked for a
pretty good
sign
deal.
off and a final payment on that, after that discussion. And I told him,
Not until the deliverables are good.
and I think that's it.
Any questions, guys? Good job, Jeff, keeping
Good
us
report,
informed, that's
yeah.
really good, good job.
Well, I need a couple things from you. If you can find it in your heart, stuff. I'd like to have a couple guys for next week to go out and check the water boxes and service water lines and stuff like that, to make sure that the contractor that put them in did what he was supposed to do. I don't, have you got that done yet?
No, sir.
Good idea. Jason, you can take care of that.
Yeah, but Jason could get it done, so we'll get it done.
And to be fair, I know I paid for 2 water leaks. For you guys was out there fixing 2 water leaks.
Mhm.
But the time where you're spending out there surveying and looking at things, I mean, are you keeping track of that so we can pay for that? Yeah,
We're just doing,
yeah,
you want stuff,
yeah,
okay?
Well, I got 2 guys that have been out there 8 hours today. You'll get that bill.
okay. So put on there what they were doing.
Long payments and turning water off for your contractor, but what it should.
Yeah, for unauthorized work.
They was actually doing what they were supposed to do.
So you want us to work off that 25,000?
Oh,
Yeah, we
okay.
can do that.
Hey, you heard that, Jeff? Tell him.
How about we work off that $25,000 we owe you?
Well, to keep paperwork straight,
What, you gotta document it, right?
I think we'd be better off, I mean, it's coming back to you anyway, if there's anything left, but just to keep the paperwork straight
Keep it clean.
so that there's no question, but, I mean, you got a guy sitting down there at the end of the table, am I crazy? Is that just extra work, or is that something
It's
we try
nothing
to
for
do?
us. I mean, every job we do, the reason we do jobs is because Dave Burns, and we don't charge you anything for our equipment. We just charge you man hours. Is it in any parts that we use? That's it, because I don't think it's right for us to be charging you for our equipment. Our equipment's here, it's paid for.
We'll understand that, but technically, we're not part of your show yet.
I understand that, but we're also trying to help you out.
Well,
You're covering our costs.
We help out our other PSDs
Yes,
as well.
yeah, don't we have a maintenance
Well, I
agreement?
understand that, but I don't want somebody to come along when you ask for a rate increase and say, well, you've done this for this guy or this port line, or you
Right.
did it for these, or you did it for that, and Clarksburg paid. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's just a thorn that won't be in your side.
Yeah, well, I mean, we, just like, Jason Cunningham, we paid short line for Brittany working here for those 3 months. Jason came over, Jason was still on short lines,
I understand.
books, was doing work in our system, and we were doing work out in your system. That's it was like a tit for tat. That's why we really didn't get into the weeds with that, but when we do projects, leaks, things like that.
Okay, I mean, I just don't want something to come
Oh,
along
it's covered. Yeah,
down the road.
I appreciate your concern.
Somebody's asking you a whole lot of stuff, you don't really have a good answer. That's
We
all.
figure we're in this together. Like you said, at the end of it, all the assets get reverted over, monies and everything gets converted over at the end of this thing, so. But
That's when we'll give you the
Okay.
final bill.
that's what we'll give you.
Well, I wanna make sure I got enough money. That don't worry me, I mean, you're not exactly a trustworthy looking guy.
Now
Now we know.
he's a good judge of character.
Now we know. For the TV audience, they're talking about Bob Zini. Anyway, because we have a Bob Tenney, we have a Bob Davis.
It must be in the name, so I can think of. Isn't that right, Bobby? Jenny?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
So you want us to get a number on the meter wells that's been replaced?
Yeah.
I know what he wants.
I need a hydrant list.
You want an accounting, if everything's,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, we'll work it out with Bobby and
I think we
Bobby,
need
and
to,
work out Bobby Fazzini and to Jason. Anything else?
yes, sir, one more thing, I'll shut up.
Okay,
Need change locks, I think.
It's in the process.
they're getting,
Sooner the better.
we're
We
gonna
just
we'll
changed
change the
the locks on the pump
locks.
station yesterday, pump house.
Okay. Anything else? If we stay longer, you got to buy lunch, Joe, dinner for everybody, Joe.
Now I'm shutting up then.
Okay, thank you, Jeff.
That was
Great
good, Jeff.
inputs. It's really, it's good working with you.
Yeah, it
You're on
is.
top of it. You're our man out there, right on top of it.
He's right on it.
All right, let's move on now to the next item, which is the refurbishment or whatever of the country club tank.
Yes. Country
that's
Club
what we're
Tank
gonna-
Rehabilitation Project. All right, so Bob's not here, so I'll present it. It's pretty straightforward. We advertised a bid proposal as a legal ad in the local newspaper for services for improvement and repairs to the interior and exterior of the Country Club tank. Bob got 3 quotes from 3 different companies when he was doing his budget for this year. So that's how he got his numbers to put in the budget. When we advertised this, he sent the 3 people he got quotes from the bid advertisement to solicit their bids. We only got one that submitted, and that was Mid-Atlantic Tank Storage Systems.
And they're ready to go to work, aren't they?
They're ready to go to work. I recommend board's approval for Mid-Atlantic Storage Systems to have the bid for the Country Club tank rehabilitation.
I'll make a
project.
motion to approve the Mid-Atlantic Storage Systems with the bid.
I second that.
Okay, it's been moved and duly seconded, something we have to do. So what's your pleasure, guys? We're ready to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Now, what do people do out there in the interim? They take that tank down. How do we get all that water and everything?
We're able to bypass the tank and still feed people.
Still feed people, go around it and just do direct feeding to them.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Some people may experience,
Low pressure.
Little
Lower
lower
pressure
pressure
than
because they
normal,
don't
but-
have the gravity flow from the tank, but
but
they're
they'll
still
have-
getting water.
but they'll still-
How long is this thing going to take? They give you an estimate?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, so, okay, all righty. All right, what's the next item? This equipment storage building project, what's that about?
Yes, you've got the guy that knows all about this project here in the back of the room there, Mr. Robert A. Fazzini. He's gonna tell you, he's been working on this for the last 2 months, trying to get bids and such, and I'll let him go over what he's done. I think he's done his due diligence. But he's been coming up short on one side of it there, so let him know what you've done and where we're at.
Tell us about where it is and get to start at the beginning, just tell the story.
It's down in our lot, beside the water station, quote unquote, the money pit. And, it'll be to the right of the steam engine. It's a 40 by 80 pole building.
Okay,
I got quotes from 3 different contractors. They were pretty high, because they got, then Jason asked me to get quotes on just labor, and we supply all the materials. And that's like pulling teeth. You might as well just hang your head and walk on. I got one contractor to do it. Just give us price on the labor, and that's it. And
So-
that's where we're at.
So the decision we need from you all, anything over $50,000, we have to bid it competitively.
yes.
Okay. He basically did that by calling 3 contractors and getting prices. It's gonna be cheaper for us to buy the materials and just bid out the labor part of it, as you can see from the information you have in front of you. So, question to Tim, it's okay to do that to save money? To
Yes, if the board.
just do the labor and we just set up an account, which we have an account at Sandy's or Marsh or wherever, for them to just, we'll give a PO and they'll run everything through that PO.
Yes, sir, but I agree with Bobby. It's difficult to find contractors that do that. It's not how they make their money.
No, they make their money off materials.
That's right.
They have
mark
the
it up,
materials, well,
yeah.
you know that from the last time.
That's why we're saving.
Yeah.
That's why it's tough to get somebody to bid on the work.
And I think Cochran is reasonable on there. As you can see, if you go back and look at the other quotes, it's reasonable. I mean, we have one that's,
42.5.
yeah, we have, some of them in here, I'm not gonna announce it out loud, but they're way up there in price.
And it's not just the markup, it's the handling. So we'll create, by going this, we're creating a coordination challenge for Bobby, which I'm sure he can overcome, but the handling's a big piece of this too.
Yeah. Now, Bobby and his crew, they're gonna do the concrete floor, but all the rest of the construction will be provided by the contractor.
Where will the access to be? How
They're
will
gonna
they,
be off.
how will they get into this? Going around behind the, old steam pump and go in that
Through the
way?
gate, yeah,
Okay,
come around, that whole lot's gonna be open. The building's gonna be actually the same length as the, steam engine, but it's just gonna be 80 feet.
long, it's gonna be a longer
Yes.
building. And,
Yes.
okay. And
That's
what-
to put all of our equipment.
I was gonna ask you, what's gonna go in the storage?
Yes, but we got equipment coming, it's gonna be sitting in the weather.
Can't have that happen.
No,
I know right now he's got 3 trailers jammed in the whole building. So if the crew that needs their trailer that's in the back, they gotta pull 2 trailers out just to get the 3rd trailer out that's in the back. It's just, that's what they've dealt with for years because it's just what they had to deal with. But now putting a 4th crew in here, now he's gonna have to leave equipment outside and we can't do that.
Okay.
So
I think.
So the whole building's gonna be just materials, right? Material storage.
Well,
You got a labor price in there, right?
yeah, it's 40.
Yeah, that's the very first one I had.
I'm looking for it.
So there's no way, your guys can't build this building like you did the other one?
we just don't have time. It's a lot bigger building. It took us a little while to do this building down here. But if we can get the shell up, we're gonna do all the electric.
Sure.
And the concrete and everything like that. It's just
But
a
this is
matter
gonna,
of getting the shell up.
is this gonna have an enclosure with doors on it? Cause the other
Yes,
place,
sir.
so the other one you built was open.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
this
just
is gonna
pipe
have doors.
storage.
Yeah.
This will we'll put heat and stuff in it.
Okay.
Cause our equipment's gonna be.
So it's a little more involved than your other
Yeah.
project you did.
Have we, looked and see like how much of the savings it would be to go like, from buying it, from big cities or something like that? The materials.
Oh, you mean, see what deal we can make with them with the materials
Yeah.
for this? I can have him check that.
Okay.
But you can see the savings.
Yeah,
here,
yeah, I do see this.
Especially when you take theirs,
Mhm.
just labor
Yeah,
compared to
I
the
think-
one with
right.
the materials, you're looking at half.
I was just, yeah, see what we can do with whatever supplier we go with. But I'll make a motion that we go with the labor with Cochran and Sons and at the amount of $42,500.
Second.
It's motion, it's been on the floor and seconded. We've had a lot of discussion. Any more? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay,
All right, we're down to board member and employee reports. Paul, you have anything? Al,
but I think of no.
Um,
have anything?
and did Doug ever get us that information about like how many kids we're getting? I know we paid a pretty good amount for that site from Thrasher, for the digital
For the website?
for the website.
Project website?
Yeah, are we getting much activity?
You get that, I know your PR folks, Mary, probably getting Kevin, probably getting there and see how many times it's being utilized.
How many hits we get on it? Are people actually looking at it and so on?
Yeah.
Is that where you're going?
Yeah, I mean, because we paid pretty good. I think $25,000.
Fortunately, we're not getting a lot of complaints on it, so. There isn't-
That doesn't sometimes mean anything, because like.
They just
it's
call.
The city, yeah.
You've got enough of them.
Yeah. No, this is, hopefully, there's a little minor hiccups, but we could work this out, so it won't happen again with, on some of the early stages. But I think communication is a big thing for the residents to know about when, the milling and for parking situations and different things like that, but I think we got that taken care of.
Okay, what else do we have? Anything?
Just a quick executive session, just to, some things that I'm dealing with in the background that I need to let you all know.
Okay,
Personnel issues.
Yes.
okay, well, before we do that, let's go around the room real quickly, because we'll take a 5-minute break anyway. Anything you want to add, Todd?
Nope.
Steve? Jeff? Okay, Bobby? Okay,
Make a motion to go to executive session.
Did you, just one quick question, did you, reach out to Anvil, from the state, head of health?
Oh, yeah, that's one thing we didn't talk
we'll
about.
talk about that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because we haven't agreed to do that. Just the board would make the recommendation, not one person. We'll talk about that. Anybody, we have a motion on the floor. Do you want executive session? All in favor, say aye. Okay. Voted. Paul, you voted for it?
I make a motion.
You made the motion, second, okay. We're going to executive session. We'll take a 5-minute break or so.
401.